Hello students, hope you are safe and healthy at your home. Let's continue with our chapter Chemical Changes and Reactions. Students, in the previous video we studied about some characteristics of chemical changes. Now we will study about some common chemical changes. In this, first is rusting of iron. What is rusting? Rusting is the formation of rust, that is iron oxide, when iron is exposed to moisture and air for long time. What is rust? Now you see this nail, this is rusted, and you can, let me show you what is rust. Now you see these flakes. These flakes which are deposited on the surface of this nail is rust. These are dark brown in color. And if I'll remove this, you will get the shiny iron surface underneath. So this is formed when iron nail is exposed to air and moisture. So rust is flaky reddish brown substance. When the top layer of rust falls down, inner surface of iron is exposed and new layer of rust is developed. Therefore rust eats up the metal. It is also known as corrosion. See this. Now consider it as a piece of iron metal, and this is rust. What happens when the top layer of rust falls down? It is flaky, it comes out and it is removed. It falls down on its own. The new fresh surface of iron is exposed, and when this fresh surface come in contact with air and water, it will again get rusted. The rust layer will be formed here and it will again fall down. In this way, the metal is getting corroded away, it is getting eaten up, and finally what will happen, this layer will be formed, fall down, again formed, and this will break. This eats up the metal as the rust is formed. Now this is for your extra knowledge. The formation of oxide or sulfide layers on the surface of metals is known as tarnish. In this discoloration, surface discoloration is produced. See my previous video, in that I have shown you the metal oxide form and the metal changes to black or brown in color. Now if this surface oxide layer prevents the further corrosion. So this is the basic difference between corrosion and tarnish. In corrosion the metal gets eaten up, and in tarnish only the surface gets discolored. The chemical reaction can be written as iron. When it contacts with oxygen and water, it changes to rust or iron oxide Fe2O3xH2O. Now what are the conditions necessary for rusting? Oxygen or air must be there, and water or water vapors should be there. Higher is the moisture content, faster is rusting. Here is an activity given in your book to show the conditions required for rusting. In this, the first test tube, we have taken iron nail, water, air, and it is cocked from above. In the second tube, water is covered with a layer of oil and air is present here. Now in the third tube we have taken anhydrous calcium chloride, and the air inside this is dry. What we observe is rusting takes place only in tube A, not in tube B and tube C, because in case of tube C there was no moisture, and in case of tube B the air was not in contact with water and nail. So water and air are the two necessary conditions for rusting. Now you have seen that apple changes to brown when it is left open in air. What is present in apple is phenolase enzyme. What this phenolase enzyme does, it changes the phenol molecules in apple into molecules of melanin. Now this melanin is brown in color. That's why apple changes to brown color when we leave it open in air. Now, what are the steps that could be taken to prevent rusting? We should protect the iron surface from coming in contact with air and water. How can we do it? By coating iron with oil or paint. Galvanization. In this, we coat the iron surface with zinc. If this zinc layer is further broken, the surface is covered with iron surface is covered with zinc. Even if the zinc layer is broken, then also it is protected, because zinc, being more reactive than iron, will react with oxygen in the air, and thus oxygen will not react with iron. This zinc oxide forms a layer over this iron. Making of alloys. Iron alloys can be made. It is mixed with other metals, so it prevents rusting. Stainless steel is an example. Browning of fruits and vegetables. You have seen the fruits and vegetables get browned when they are left exposed in air. How we can prevent that browning? It can be prevented by brushing the surface with juice of citrus fruits such as lemons, oranges and grapes. The oxygen reacts with ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. Because of this vitamin C, lemon, orange and grapefruit are sour in taste. This prevents their browning. Now, potatoes can be soaked in water to prevent their browning. Water does not allow oxygen to come in contact with the surface and thus prevent the browning of vegetables. It can also be prevented by cooking or adding certain preservatives such as sulfur dioxide. What are preservatives? Preservatives are certain chemical substances that are added to foodstuff, wood or other materials to prevent their decomposition. Another example is brinjal. If you cut the brinjal, it changes its color. But if you soak it in turmeric water, it prevents the browning of brinjal. This reaction we have seen in my second video. I have shown you this reaction when vinegar was made to react with baking soda. It was acetic acid plus sodium bicarbonate. It gave out carbon dioxide. You saw that there was effervescence, there was bubble formation, which was due to the formation of carbon dioxide. And when this carbon dioxide is made to pass through lime water, what is lime water? It is calcium hydroxide. It turns milky, and it turns milky because of the formation of calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. That's all for today. Book pages covered and in between questions will be uploaded on the school website. Thank you.